in trade, but let's put the spotlight on KFIN as well, as the company came out with a pretty steady quarter. We've got Sreekanth Nadella, who is the Managing Director and CEO. Thank you so much for joining in. Now, to begin with, your company's revenue and PAT numbers have grown sequentially and beat analyst estimates. So what has really led to this growth, and do you think that we can see you extrapolating this in coming quarters?
The growth in the quarter is largely backed by sequential performance of all our businesses. We run a fairly diversified set of business where our domestic mutual funds revenue contributes to a little about 61%, and the rest of the businesses have been growing, closer to 40%. We'd like to believe that the trend could continue into the coming months.
So your margins as well have been rising, second straight quarter on the trot. Is that because of your value-added services, and where do you see margins headed?
Most certainly. Our margins in terms of PAT, stands at about 25 plus percent for the quarter ending, for the 9 months ending 31st December. The margin expansion is largely contributed both by EBITDA growth as well as retirement of debt in the previous financial year, both of which obviously will continue to contribute to expanded margin profile into the coming quarters.
Right. Your overall market share in terms of, your AUMs has increased by 100 basis points, but the equity AUM has been flat at 35%. What is the market share growth guidance for the coming quarters?
Equity AUM overall market share of KFIN Tech is about 35%. Getting to 40% will definitely take some time. KFIN's contribution of equity AUM to the total share of AUM continues to be an impressive 56% of the total book that we manage at this point in time. In terms of the growth, the SIP inflows, which is a very sticky book, KFIN Tech has 42% plus market share, which I'd like to believe that over a period of time will contribute to the expanded market share, which will get us close to 40%.
Right. Your company also enjoys a 40% market share when it comes to SIPs, and they're clearly at record high levels right now. How well positioned are you when it comes to the mutual fund industry, and what synergies is the company expecting to reap in the coming 3 to 5 years from mutual funds?
See, SIP is definitely going to be the bellwether for the growth of this industry. That is the sticky book, that is the retail participation. That is something that has caught the fascination of the Indian investors. We are extremely bullish in terms of the SIP growth that will continue to happen, even as the market is expanding beyond T30 and even B30 for that matter. So we are very well positioned in terms of both creating value-added solutions for our clients, crunching the time that is required to register a mandate, as well as providing exemplary services both to the investors and to the distributors. So the continued expansion of both folios as well as the ticket size in SIP augurs very well for the industry. We continue to be extremely bullish about the Indian asset management company as a business portfolio, even as the penetration levels, both at a number of investors as well as as a percentage of the GDP to the country, continues a lot left for desired in terms of growth.
Finally, what are your expansion plans in the non-Indian markets, and what kind of revenue potential can we see, particularly for the Southeast Asian markets?
So our plan to diversify, had started almost 6 years back, when our share of revenue for non-domestic mutual funds was in single digits. Today, it has touched, over 35, 36%, and that is contributed by a series of solutions, including international business. We have won our first client in Canada. We have expanded the number of clients from 22 to 33 for the quarter ending, December 2023. There continues to be a significant total addressable market in Southeast Asia, little over $1 trillion worth of assets, if I may, twice the size of Indian mutual fund industry. The conversion could take a little longer than what it would be in Indian markets. But over a 3 to 5 year period, we are extremely optimistic in terms of the market share gains that we have. We continue to be the single largest third-party fund administrator in that part of the world.
All right, thanks very much for joining in and giving us a sense as to how your business outlook, market share as well is shaping up. That's KFIN Tech, down about 0.2%. But it's PB Fintech and Delivery, latest ones to